Here we are with Kevin, and this is an amazing feat that he has done, and I want him to tell you all about it. First of all, we're in the studio, so tell us all about it.
Jeez. Where do I start?
Well, how about the bed? Who would know?
Well, we need it in our tiny house. We live tiny. Everything has a place. It needs its own little niche. And so we, in our tiny 2-bedroom house, 2 bathrooms, we have to have a place for guests, but most of the time we're looking for another table like this to set up right here.
Okay, look at that, nice.
I was telling you about our cutters.
Oh, yes. So when this bed comes down, what did it come to, about here?
Yeah, mm-hmm. Comes to about right here.
All right,
And you
nice.
built this Murphy bed all on your lonesome.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
put it all together, but you know, that's
That would
Sweet.
be a lot of figuring out.
well, I see a picture and I build it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's
Now,
really
tell
nice.
me about your boxes, because I'm in love with them.
Well, we're in love with them too, and when you walk through our garage, you will find out we have almost in the last year bought 100 of these.
Really?
We send our Christmas presents in them. There's a guy down in Provo. That's all he does.
Huh,
He sells these for $5 a piece.
wow, cool. And so, did he make the ones that are on your front porch?
They're all the same boxes.
Yeah.
And we got all planted, some other planter that's going to go around the chicken coop. And so I just simply painted these black, because you'll notice there's a theme in our house. It's black and white, and we try to splash it with as much color as we can get.
And then,
Well, these windows look familiar.
Yeah, you've seen the pictures. That's where the little tree was that
Oh,
is now at Jeannie's
that's
place.
where that was.
Yeah. But
Cool.
We're
Well,
happy
I
for
just
it to be
love
there.
what you're doing, and all the hanging prisms and bevels.
Yeah. Well,
Beautiful.
walk in the kitchen here. Anyway, this is our
okay, now wait a minute. Now, don't we need
Talk
you
about the
to
door?
tell us all about the door?
Oh, we got to do that first.
Yeah. Look at that door.
And this is gorgeous.
So,
Okay, so
so
we gotta.
we needed a door for our studio
Uh-huh.
/ guest room, bedroom. And I was going to build my own door, and I am. But this is the placeholder. This is the practice room.
It's not the real thing.
It's a real thing, but
Oh.
I mean, who knows where this thing ends up or why?
Okay.
Because I'm learning,
I
you
love
know, and so every idea breeds another idea. These we just put in for placeholders until we get all of our panels built. So one by one, there was one pretty much
So
laid
the-
out on the desk, and
Okay.
this panel, and of course these solid piece of glass will all come out, and it will eventually end up with.
And yet they look wonderful too,
Well,
just like
that's
that.
the beauty. So I sit in the chair at night when I'm not working in there on glass, and I try to figure out what it needs. And then a lot of the pieces are design built. I get them going, the colors aren't right or something, so I just,
Redesign.
you know, we're trying to fit the rectangle pattern, so the size is fixed. And so a lot of these become, you know, a little easier because the pieces are all.
So
same
tell us
width.
about the designs.
All right.
First start with Pink Floyd.
All right. I'm really partial to my little sunburst. That's the first piece that I built in our
Oh.
studio.
Okay.
And I love it.
Yeah?
And so I had to have, this is my first attempt. I'm thinking about building another sunrise, sunset, do a dual panel.
Mm-hmm.
And so I built the sunburst, but I wanted the light to overtake the darkness in this panel.
Ah.
Cool.
I was gonna try 3 shades in there, but I decided that the space I wanted just needed to be black. 'Cause
Okay.
that's what it represented,
Yeah.
was just
Darkness.
the darkness, and the light was overpowering the darkness.
And so you've gotten a black patina here, but stayed silver over there, so I like that
Yeah,
contrast.
I want the brightness, and I was trying to kill everything I could solder joint wise. And so when I was sitting there, my rock history past started flooding in, and that's the most iconic album cover.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd,
There you go.
Dark Side of the Moon, and
And I love how you just kind of, you knew that by soldering them together, it would be too much solder.
too much. It would kill because those are only a 1/4 inch
Yeah.
pieces in
Yeah.
the little.
Yeah.
So what
Prism.
was your solution?
Well, I cut little tiny pieces. I glued a big mat together. I stuck it on masking tape. And then I cut all the angles, not the top and bottom, but I cut the angles that I needed. And I basically cut the black out with the prism. So then I built that to it.
Okay.
And my little diamond saw,
Sweet.
it
That
just
works.
cut it like butter. In fact, it looked really cool when I cut it off because it was all clean on
Smooth.
in
Wow.
there. And then when I got it set in, of course, I had to adjust the top and bottom solder joint,
Yeah.
just ground it in.
Perfect. I
basically.
love it.
So
So does this one have a meaning?
that's one that Sharon designed,
Okay.
and
Sharon, do you want to come tell us about it? No?
No, you guys go ahead.
Okay.
so Sharon has these grandiose ideas, and this is what happens about our work. I pick her
Yeah.
work apart and make suggestions, and when we here again, this was one that we had too much color in it, and so that's we just keep going till it's right.
Cool.
We had all the squares cut out, put it together, shuffled the deck, move it around. Still couldn't make it work. So with the really dominant colors, we just decided it needed a lot of clear in the middle.
I like that. It
Then-
gives your eye a break.
Right. And we were practicing the circles and designs because, as you know, we'll get a little more advanced as time goes on.
You are already.
But you know, with the right tools, and you guys given us a great start.
Well, thank you.
And then
And I
I'm
love
just
how you've
into
added bevels here.
yeah. The other one
And
that I'm
here.
building right now has different bevels in it and a whole different motif, and I'm trying to soften it up so it doesn't clash with the other pans. So I go through
Bravo.
a dozen different ideas a night, and then we put them on paper,
Okay.
and then we shuffle the deck when we start
Excellent.
cutting glass. So.
All right, and then behind you is a artistic masterpiece you've done. And you can't really tell, but there's glass in there too.
Yeah. That is a tile that we bought because there's a tile store that has really bougie stuff.
Bougie, I like that word.
Bougie stuff. And those are high dollar items. I'd be embarrassed to tell you what we paid for it, but that's a custom handmade tiles work
Wow.
and fired clay. And then we fused the glass and just cut it into tiles to kind of fit the border
So,
and built
yeah.
the barnwood frame.
So you might think that these pieces of glass came like that in a piece of textured glass. No, they put them together. Kevin fused each one of these together to make a strip and then cut them to fit. So each one of these strips is a separate piece of glass.
Okay.
Very cool. Oh, here you go.
That's
Here you
kinda-
go.
Let's put it in some
All right.
sunlight because then it will light
Yeah.
up.
See
But
the edge. And,
anyway,
don't you love it?
those are all. And then
Such
if you look at it
creative people.
from that, you can see
See
the
the edge.
texture.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we have a kiln, and we don't have time to use it, but we will.
You will.
All right.
Because
All right.
that's a whole
Yeah.
other learning
Oh
process.
yeah. And the barnwood frame sets it off.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
barnwood freaks.
Yeah.
These are
Oh, and look how fun. They have our card right here on the table,
Yeah.
as if it were art.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
So
Okay,
if you come in
continue.
the kitchen, we'll go in there next.
Okay.
This is our tiny kitchen.
Oh, and look
And we
at all
built
these
the pot rack just to
things.
hang. As you can
Yeah.
tell, that
Love it.
Sharon loves hanging things.
I love hanging
And
things.
I love to give Sharon what she wants, and so we make
Aw.
space to do that. And we do, this was just left over from all the Christmas glass that we did.
Nice.
And we don't want it to sit idle, we want it there.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Oh,
It's
so I
great.
built the little kind of pot rack, and
I
it makes it
love it.
perfect to hang glass and stuff on. So
Oh,
it's a lot of
that's
fun.
so cute. Good job.
Off your other beaten path.
Oh, the color.
So we found this is
Wow.
probably 100-year-old glass,
All right.
and that was a side light, and I wanted a way to display it, so I just
Yeah.
put it on the barn door track just to have it, because
Yeah.
it adds a lot of character.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Barn doors are awesome.
And,
Wow, and your office is so tidy.
yeah, I built all that just so, this was in the studio, so we had to move all this out.
Okay.
So we could really build the space up there that we wanted. And this is another 100-year-old frame, and that painting there is a diamond painting that Sharon did behind that. She's
Beads, huh?
she's got a ton of them. They're individual
Wow.
little dells.
You should get a close-up of this because they're little
Yeah.
beads.
And so then I just cut some glass and put it in the top just to, give some
That's
color and
amazing.
some character. Yeah,
Look at
that
that.
pulls it out really nice.
Uh-huh.
So,
Woo-wee.
Man.
Beautiful.
so our
I
whole
love
place
your-
is a work in
you
progress.
both have this sense of design that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And it's fun because we do a lot of it together. We sit and have a discussion when we're doing those pieces.
That's part of the fun, isn't it?
And I go, no, it's too much. And we have a little. We don't ever fight. We never fight
Have a,
in our history.
but have a meeting of the minds.
It was. It's a mind meld.
Yeah.
I love
And
it.
so I drew it, then cut it out. We mixed up the deck. That's another diamond painting there.
Wow.
And then
This
Sharon is the wizard at
Oh my.
foiling.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
And then I even got her dialed in on the soldering now because I'm very picky. I'm too picky with it. Oh, you stepping on it. Good job. So, anyway,
Very
then just our
beautiful.
master suite and the big closet. This had two closets here. This was a big skinny room, and of course the hall went down to the shared bathroom. So
Okay.
we took the
So-
closets out, did the walk-in closet.
Okay, so there's 2 baths now.
Now we have 2 baths, which
Nice.
enabled us to do this.
Wow.
Very cool.
So
You have
anyway,
done so much with a small amount of space. I love it.
this is another frame that we built. It's out of some old growth mahogany. I have a bunch in the garage, and we just embellish things, and we're just crazy.
You're crazy in a very artistic way. I love it.
Oh man.
So it's just a work in
Wow, good
progress,
job.
but it's fun to have a little place. We have our place up
I
north.
love your home. It's
So it's
beautiful.
fun. How you guys come down?
Our pleasure. I was looking forward to it.
That was before our stained glass. We bought that. Sharon bought that probably up
Cool.
at Swiss Days or something.
Yeah.
Just because we
Inspired
loved
you.
it so much.
That inspired you to want to look for a class?
Well, we talked about it a lot because
we
I
had
told
talked
her
about
all
it.
about the stuff that you guys had done for us. And
Yeah, we had fun.
we took a bunch of glass fusion
Probably.
classes up in Seattle.